Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Juan Sepulveda and today we're going to continue with the monetization plans of our dev utility tool, and we're going to implement that. Yesterday we polished the plan, we are creating the spec, doing system design, what are the functional requirements, the non-functional requirements, what are the schema and the architecture that we are going to use and implement. So today we are going to focus more on the implementation side and let it run until it's complete. We have, just so you know, this is our project. What we are working on is MacShot. It's a dev utility tool, as I said. And here, for example, you can take a screenshot, you can select an area, and there are different options, but you can get a URL that is a public URL that you can share with your CLI agents anywhere else. Okay, so that is the idea, and the main flow is working already. So we are now implementing the onboarding flow, which is the monetization, which is, let me show you, oops, 1 second. Second, while I load the design. Okay, here it is. But that's all I can show that in the locally. Here in the design, this is the screen more or less. So basically, if you want to have the cloud version, it's going to be $5 per month, or a yearly account of $25. And if you want to use custom upload like your SFTP server, S3 bucket, and stuff like that, you are going to get that. Okay, but there are also, let me add this to the to-dos. And let me add here must fits. So for example, I noticed a bug when reporting the shortcuts, the keyboard shortcut, just one can be done at a time. And also make sure that the width and height during the onboarding steps are enough. Yep. If we have time today, we're going to do that. But in any case, let's review our billing plan with our system design that we did yesterday. But basically, in a nutshell, we need to have different prices and different subscriptions and different trials. So we have, let's take a look at the schema that we're going to have. For simplicity's sake, I'm going to use SQLite or TursoDB, which is a fork of SQLite. It's very easy, very cheap, very fast. So I think we are good enough there. For this project, we don't need much actually. So a few things for what I like is every ID will have a prefix to identify the identity. Like for example, the customer will have the customer underscore and stuff like that. Refresh tokens, all of that. Okay. So yeah, now we have our plan, and we're going to start implementing those. I think Composer is good enough to do it, so we're going to do that. Feeling start implementing this spec feature. Let me add the caveman so it doesn't, we don't waste time with this feature. Let's do, I don't want this to do like all in one chat. I just want to do this fnav steps at a time. Okay, well, that is while we are doing that, I'm going to set up to finish the setup of my account. Tursa DB. So we can have ready to go when it's needed to go. Okay, it's creating the migrations there. I'm here getting ready for Tursa. I also don't want to, normally I would like to use a, for migrations, I like to use ORMs that will generate the migrations automatically when we make changes to our schema or the types. But for this project, I think that is an overkill, and we don't need to do a lot for we don't need to do a lot of work to accomplish the thing that we want to do. There are not that many things that we want to, that we need to oh, thank you, Danny, for your comment. Let me check the camera. Thank you so much for that comment. If you have any questions, please let me know. I think it might be the internet as well. second. Let me get everything up to speed. Mhm. Thank you, Danny. No worries. Thank you so much. Okay, so where were we? Okay, so let's see what it has done. It started with um, the setup. Let's see, these are the schema. We have the customer, test primary key, blah, blah, blah. Things to be fine, the entitlements, and custom lifetime. And I think that is good. Refresh tokens, activation codes, and the stripe events. For now, I don't want to save everything in. Normally, I will save all the data from the stripe events, but I don't think in this case we're going to need that. Okay, so we have the clock, the IDs. Okay, so new customer ID. Yep, new V7. I'm using UUID V7 because this is sortable. So if you want to implement some optimizations while querying the data, we can do that. Okay. So types, we have new types, cloud status, custom cloud plan. Okay. Looks good. Okay, so here are the rules to allow or to allow or not allow the implementation. Yes, Danny, if you are there, just so you know, you can download the app in the website, and you can try it out yourself. If you use Cloud CLI, Codex CLI, all of the CLI, you may think, yes, so I'm going to use soft delete. But actually, this is not in the schema, so I'm going to, I need to do that as soon as possible. And if you want, you can download the app there in that link that I sent you. In any case, so let's continue. Let me check again the schema. No, we are, I think we need to support soft delete. Thank you so much for that call out, and I'm going to add that into the to-dos. Support soft delete. Normally, if you're using a ORM, it automatically, you can do that automatically, and it will filter out all the records that are soft deleted. But in this case, we're not doing that. And the point right now is just to get this as soon as possible. Yeah, okay, claims JWT. This is how we sign. Formats JWT, command JWT v5. Okay, here we can okay, we create the claims. Looks very good. Models, we have our customer, nice, entitlement, struct, and everything. Good enough. And we need to add the sub deleted with the deleted out method, but database. Nice. I need to get these values up so we can have that up and running. The migration, and it looks good, all these changes. If we create a good enough plan, it's going to be easier for the model to implement. Okay, so the next slide is going to be the repo. And after that, the building routes. And while that is going on, I'm going to grab the cursor credentials. This is create. All right. Let me dv.com app token. Okay. So this is the DB, and let me do something in the meantime in this place so I don't share the credential. No. Okay, so I'm going to grab the tokens and the URL in this other screen so I don't expose that in the internet and I get trolled. All right. This is the token. Token. All right, so I have the token and the URL here. Okay, that should be fine. Nice. So we have all that ready to go. And okay, so we created the store for the DBs. I can set okay. Since we don't have like a full insert customer, let me make sure we are checking we are guarding against SQL injection attacks. Okay, so we can insert a customer here, get a customer. This is like the old days when I started programming. In PHP, we have to I have to create all queries and statements like this. Okay, so that's right. Seems very straightforward. All of these methods and activation code, store. Yeah, let's tell to continue. Let's like continue with the that's slides. And check off already completed items from the plan. PHP. Let me know, Danny, if you can download and run the app. I don't have the Apple developer account yet. Is getting approved. So if you're trying, if you download the app from the website, it won't let you run immediately. You have to go to settings and approve the app to run, and from there you can do everything and see the app. Okay, while it's doing that, let me continue. All streams and time seems to be fine. And errors not found by the input divided. Insert customer. We already went through this. The customer store. The entitlements. Ooh, okay. The absurd entitlement. What is doing? Insert into on conflict to update. Okay. I don't think I like this, but let's see the. We have to see it all working. Again, this is the refresh token. Nothing crazy here. What are you using most in these days, Danny, to code? Are you using Cursor, VS Code, Cloud Code, Codex? What are you using, Danny? Okay, you were using Cursor, but Cursor, I see that is a lot of developers are not using Cursor anymore. Okay. Yeah, I see. I have not made the switch to Codex yet. I have not seen the need to do it, but I see a lot of developers using Codex now. So, and also because of the price. So the other day I was working with this, like I was rich and I spent more than $100 in a day. And now I'm more aware of what I'm going to do with the model. And that's why, for example, I'm using the caveman skill to minimize tokens and all of that. Okay, for everyday things like research and whatnot, I use ChatGPT. But not the, I have not downloaded the Codex app, but I have ChatGPT for everything else. And I used to also have a Perplexity account, but I don't use that anymore. Mm-hmm. And also sometimes I will use Cursor to everyday questions too. Ooh, I need a lot of secrets. I need to get all of these set up. Okay, so it looks like it created all the no, I pay for ChatGPT. I pay $20 for it. So, and I also have Gemini Pro as well, but I don't use that anymore. I have that because I pay for Google Photos, like 2 terabytes, and Google Drive and all of that. And oh, I pay for the Google One plan. And when you pay for that, you have the option to have Gemini Pro as well. But I don't use Gemini anymore. Sometimes if I'm working with images, I do that. So I'm building an app that helps you share, take screenshots and share that automatically. So for example, this is the website, MacShot app. You can download it here. It's only available now for macOS. But for example, let me show you the app here. You can capture the full screen, a selected area, or a window. So let's say, for example, I'm going to capture the window here. I have the option. So right now I have the option to upload the file into the cloud. So I get immediately a URL. I can share that and it will be available. The cool thing about this is if you're using a Cloud Code CLI or Codex CLI, sometimes it's very hard to share the screenshot. And I had that issue before, and some of my coworkers as well. So I've created this diff utility tools for that. So when you take a screenshot, for example, if the field only support that, you will have the URL. But if the application that you are using supports images, you can get the images too. For example, let me take another screenshot here. For example, cursor support images, and you have the images here. Yeah, I have not even tried anti-gravity, Danny. And yeah, I don't know if you saw the demo from Google I/O. In the demo they were using Codex, so I don't think anti-gravity has like any potential. I And right now, all the models and tools are very similar. Um, the the only what I have found very useful is to create a specification with no scope that is not too big the for the model. If you create a good enough specification with the right scope, you can use basically any model right now, and that will work. This is what I've been doing here. So for example, sometimes for planning, I create with a more advanced model like a Opus or Sonnet, a GPT-5 or Composer now, which is very useful actually. Yeah, so Google is getting behind by a lot. It's like they don't have the soul. You don't get excited for whatever they're building. And now OpenAI is cooking, and and you can see that with what developers are using. Um, Eiko, is this stuff easy for you? I'm not technical. I'm currently building a mobile app and a website with Cloud Code. Yes, I mean, I have 14 years of experience in software engineering. So this is stuff that I think every day for the past decade and a half. So this is what I've been doing professionally, like every day for 14 years. So this is very familiar to me. If you need help with that, I can help you with your mobile app or website. Yeah, I have no issue helping you with that. Danny, less powerful for zero, but they are getting there. Yeah, for example, Kimiko. But for example, sometimes I'll use the auto here in Cursor, and they use less powerful models, and they get there very quick. So for example, Echo, as you can see, I've created my plan and I tell the AI to implement the plan step by step so I can see what it's doing and what it's not. So continue with the, that's nice. Okay, let me check again. So I need to get all these values. But I'm going to check that later. This looks good. And for example, like for this is a language that I've never used before, like Go and Swift, that are native, that are to create, that are, for example, Swift is used to create apps in macOS. Go is for like a backend server, you can do a lot of stuff, but I've never used those languages before, and now with the help of AI, I can understand what they are doing, and it's very easy for me to build those apps. Service. Okay, I see. This is like using dependency injection here. check out. Okay, so okay, I need to get all the environment variables before I can continue with that. So I'm going to create a .env file here to get all those I'm going to move this, open to new window. I'm going to move this out of the way so I don't expose all of that. Okay, so, and this is going to be a little bit boring, but load content from env. I need to get all of this here. Okay. Let me. I'm grabbing all the environment variables, so bear with me, everyone. Torso of token. I'm grabbing the token. This is going to take a while, so bear with me. Okay, let me tell validate source of token and database in and in the okay. Stripe. Oops, let me switch to the composer model. Okay. So we need what key do I need here? Let's see. Stripe secret key. Stripe, one second. Okay. Webhooks. For now, there are going to be everything. That's it. Okay. You're going to, what is the endpoint for? Dealing webhook. What they say, Danny? There is Visco extension called Cloud developed by John Papa that hides the environment. Oh, thank you so much, Dan. I'm going to use that now that I'm streaming because it's very at work too. And sometimes I flick some of the keys, so there is that. Okay, let me continue here. Okay, meaning. Okay, so okay. So I have the secret there. And what else do I need? Yeah, sorry about this, but it is what it is. I need to create the price, the product. Okay, let me create the products. So create cloud subscription. Okay, so we have $5 monthly. Let's add another price, 25, in period, June. Okay. And let me create another product. Okay. How do I set the trials? Okay, I guess we will do that later. Okay, so the cloud subscription product is this one. Yearly monthly. This is the okay. I think I have everything there that is needed. Okay. So I have everything in the .env file. You can deploy. You can deploy it. Let me see the status endpoint. The status. Oh, the header name color. It's okay. Concept. Before doing the deployment, add to the status the DB connection and the S3 connection. Do you have open banking where you live? Yes. Yes. I currently living in Dominican Republic. We have open banking here. And I can also have access to the state's banking system if I want. Danny, are you building something? I think you can. I mean, I know that you work a lot, Danny, so maybe you don't have time to do it, and with family stuff, it's hard. But if you have any an idea, you can share that with me, Danny, and Echo. Um, so right now, I don't have like a local setup of the backend. So what that means is I have to deploy to AWS to have kind of everything running. I'm going to have um, the local setup, but the backend is so tiny and I don't have to do a lot. So okay, so Echo, you're trying to build a mobile app. I think Fortnite for savings is a deterministic, non-custodial battle royale for saving money. Huh, that's interesting. So Danny, yeah, family is very hard. Right now, I am lucky enough that my wife is letting me do this, so and I have more time now. I think we need to catch up a little bit, Danny. But Echo, if you want, I'm going to share with you a link that you can, where you can schedule a meeting with me. You can talk to me about your challenges, and I can help you set everything up. Yeah, that sounds very fun. I wonder what do you use for the savings and all of that, the bank connections. What is your market, and how do you keep track of the money coming in and that you are actually saving? Yeah, it's there is a lot that you have to. Okay, so let me send you the link. One second. Yes, this is the link. Let me send you this here. So Echo, I sent you a link where you can schedule a meeting with me and we can talk about your app. I can help you set everything up, help you with your environment so you can create things that are more stable and that work. And so right now, the main issue that I have with all the AI code is that sometimes it can break a lot of stuff um, that you don't know that it was working before and now it's failing. Yeah, it's very hard to have everything working as it should be. But honestly, kudos to you, man, that you are doing that. And right now, the entry, the bar of entry is very low, and the main thing that matters is your determination to continue forward, and that's it. The execution always is the differentiation between, and now more than ever, that anyone can produce code even if you don't understand what is happening. But my time is running out, and let's see if we can deploy the at least the backend, and if we have a good connection from the database. And yeah, tomorrow we are going to continue with the front-end implementation to have everything up ready. It's taking quite a bit to deploy. I think I need to set up the local environment so I don't have to wait for this. But well, that is, I don't want to do things like in parallel, because I want to make sure that at least one thing is working. And I need to update the environment to have the local environment, the staging, and the production environment. Right now, everything is just one. I don't have the local environment set up, nor the staging, nor the production. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. Yeah, let's give this a couple of minutes. So Echo, whenever you have time, you can set up the call with me, and totally free. I'm going to help you with your app. And you can set up the call. It's taking quite a bit of time to update the to deploy. But I'm curious, Danny, what are things you are doing in? Okay. Let me close this. Okay, so Echo, you are saying, you grab the link. Cool. Let's see you there. So something's left told, but I get. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, let me see what is showing. Okay, so for some reason there's 3. If already deployed the app with the changes, so let me check here. It looks like we have the database connection, and it's failing this 3 for some reason, but I think that is an overkill. But anyways, okay, Okay, so let me see what you have, Danny. I have my home VPN DNS server to block ads. Are you using a Raspberry Pi with the Pi hole thing? That is very cool. You know, I have so you don't need a YouTube Premium because you are blocking all the ads in your home setup. I always wanted to do that, but I never. Oh, okay, happy beneficy. Nice, nice. That sounds very cool. And I recently canceled my YouTube Premium subscription, and oh man, there are so many ads, and also in the TV um, while watching other shows. For example, I'm watching right now the Big Bang Theory. I'm using the HBO Max application. Um, Sometimes there are ads, and I'm sure with this I can block all the ads. And the good thing also with your custom VPN and DNS server is that you can block content from your family. So if you want to protect your kids, you can do that and they cannot access through any device in the house. So there are good opportunity there. So yeah, I think that is something that we can do. Okay, so looks like we have the okay, so it looks like we have the database connection up and running. I'm sure the S3 connection is working fine. It's just that the way that we're testing the status is not working for some reason. So it is what it is, but we're going to end that here because my time's up. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Danny, for joining. And also, Aiko, I'll see you with your project and I will help you out noises. So yes, I can. Oh, nice! You can automate everything with the system. Thank you so much, Danny, for watching. Thank you, everyone, and see you tomorrow. Every day I do streams, so if you want to join, I'm trying to do at least 30 minutes every day. So thank you much. Thank you so much for joining.